what seems like an age, but the Nuffle Shuffle on the PS4 is back and back with a bang. It is World Cup week as well. The World Cup starts. We've just had the Invitational. Champion Ladder 16 is up and running. Season 15 playoffs is over. And it's back to the Nuffle Shuffle. And you are extremely lucky on this show, because I've got two very, very good coaches. We have a Bannon who eats 6 a.m. where he is at the moment, so that shows you the commitment for the guy to get up and co-announce the Nuffle Shuffle. Now then, Bannon, good morning, mate. Well done. I was impressed, because when people say to me, and this is includes me as well, because I've done it, I'll say, yeah, I'll be up at a certain early time. Yeah, a lot of the time it's 50-50 if I get up. And we've also got the former champion and UC Hunter / UC Slayer, who just absolutely destroys the UC, is Shod. Now then, Shod, it's a bit more civilized time where you are, just probably gone 12 o'clock, am I right?
Hi everyone, yeah, it's dinner time basically here.
Dinner time, so there you go. So one of them's starving to death, one of them's got probably a hangover and looks like a zombie. So, you know, it's great to be back. A lot of people want the Nuffle Shuffle show back, and I've said to the guys off air, I don't mind doing the Nuffle Shuffle show, long as we've got co-announcers to do it with. So if people want the Nuffle Shuffle show every 2 weeks, then come on the show and we'll get it sorted. So let's get on to it, because there's absolutely loads going on. So we'll start with, as we always do, with a pole position. What basically, for anyone who doesn't know, is we look at the top team in the current C ladder on the PS4. No surprise, the four-time champion Aswin there with his Nagel, what I think is his favourite race, and we'll have a look at that one. And it's always a pain in the backside, these ones, because they always put the UC tag there, and it's like, oh my god, I've got to type this in, type that in, and oh.
See, I just search it by
the
coach name.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. I do, because. But when you like going for the playoffs, when you invite them in the playoffs, there's so many of the teams, and oh man.
Oh, that's got to be a problem.
Oh, it is. So let's have a look at this team then. I mean, Aswin, as much as we keep saying about, oh yeah, he's won it 4 times and everything, he's crashed out first round for the last 3 seasons, I think. So people are starting to say, well, have people figured him out? And he is a class act, and he proved that in the Invitational.
Last season, he had a bad matchup against Chaos in the first round. I don't know about the last few seasons before. Okay, well, he got a bit diced in season
14,
I think, against Sergur's Dark Elves.
Right.
Oh yeah, that was that amazing first round game that we were all looking forward to.
Yeah,
crazy
yeah.
Game, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hey Gimlick, welcome.
Yeah, Gim's in chat. Good to see Gim up. But yeah, I mean, Aswell, obviously, I'm very good friends with Aswell. I talk to him almost every day, and he's just fantastic coach. I mean, obviously, he's won it 4 times, so it's so hard to win it once. This guy's won it 4 times with different races as well. Kimberly saying UC Terminator. Yes, the UC Terminator is on board. Abandon, what do you like? Is there anything you like about this team, dislike about this team?
I mean, I guess it's a mediocre Nurgle team. No, it's a pretty great team. The one thing that did kind of throw me off just a little bit was the Pestigore Laniakia with the agility as the 4th skill, when it looks like it would be made to be a backup killer.
Yeah, it's always bizarre, that, isn't it? Because what would you do? I mean, you've got a killer, so you think, pile on next. But he's thought, agility is such a big thing on any sort of team. And obviously,
well, the thing is, I agree with it. Yeah. It looks, at first glance, it seems a little off. But looking at how complete the team is, he has no agility 4-piece. I agree that you put the agility on, because now that Pestigore serves as a backup runner, a backup killer, just an all-around piece that will help you late in a playoff game.
Yeah, and it's dual purpose as well, isn't it? So he can actually carry the ball if needs be, but also it helps when he goes to blitz. So he can blitz, hit them. If it gets both down, it can jump away on a 2+, what's obviously a lot more desirable than a 3+. So he can, he can go about and do stuff like that. I mean, I like it. I mean, obviously, I'm sure he'd have liked it on a different piece, but hey, it is what it is. He's got a decent Pestigo, on number 11, Solaris, what's okay. But it's always good. I always think with Chaos teams or with Nagel teams, well, I suppose with any team really, but especially the Bash teams, if you can have 2 ball handlers, it's always good, because the problem with these sort of teams is they're always usually high TV, so the other team are always going to get a wizard or something, and if they take your main ball handler out, then obviously things become a struggle. Azwin plays obviously Nagel very, very well, and I think he's obviously desperate to try and get that number 5 cup, and I think he's going back to this. I mean, Shot, anything you like about this, dislike about this team?
I think it's pretty good balanced, as I expected from Azwin. And I think he's on a mission too, because he was in the qualifying range with his Chaos Dwarfs and his Nurgle last season. And took the Chaos Dwarfs then in the end. Now it's the same team name, the same team theme. So yeah, he's basically just saying, okay, I didn't do it last season and it didn't work out with the Chaos Dwarfs, so I believe he just wants to do it now with the Nurgle.
Yeah, I mean, it was funny last season, because I was talking to me and as I was talking, he was saying to me, Benny, which team would you take? Would you take the Chorfs? Would you take the Nurgle? And I was like, I'd definitely take the Chorfs. But then, as he kept playing the teams that was getting banged up, and I was like, well, no, I'd switch it and I'd go with Nurgle. But he was like, no, I'm going with Chorfs. And But it is what it is, I guess. But he's decided, you know what, I'm not even going to do Chorfs now. I'm going to do Nurgle. He's already turned around to me and said, this team is done. This team will not be touched anymore. So he said, everybody's safe to spin if they wish. I will not be spinning this team again. I'm happy with what I've got, and I'm not going to try and do what a lot of us do. Go, oh, look at number 4 for that Fahrenheit 451. If we can just get him a touchdown, get him a level up, we know how badly that ends. But he's got a security gate. Go on, sorry.
I'm trying to figure out if he has a theme for his team, because Fahrenheit 451 is the name of a book.
I thought so too. It sounded like a book, but Arthur told me then that all songs from Ivan Ferrero, a Spanish singer-songwriter. And I listened to the music then afterwards, and I really love it. It's great. I don't understand the word, but it's my soundtrack for the summer since then. Yeah.
It's funny though, isn't it? Because in the UK, we've had a few songs come across, and they got to number 1 in the charts, and they've done really, really well. They sold Latin music, and it's really good. You just don't have a clue what they're saying, but you try and sing it anyway. So, but yeah, I mean, it's interesting. But yeah, Fahrenheit 451. I think Solaris was a movie as well, but obviously it's in Spanish. How dare he? How dare he put it all in Spanish? Put it in English, man. Put it in English. Dear me. But yeah, I mean, I like the team. He's got the security gate. I'm a big fan of the security gate. I love the security gate. 22 wins, 6 draws, 3 losses. So nothing, that's a typical Arza win record. Beating a lot of good coaches as well. So yeah, I think he'll do well. I think he'll do well. Now let's have a quick look at a few of the other teams in the Sea Ladder. Now the one I wanted to have a look at was Shagrath's team. Shagrath's been a bit on a rampage with dwarfs at the moment. He hates dwarfs. He wants dwarfs all dead. He can't stand them. He hates them, and he's been called all Chaos and Nagel coaches to kill every single one of them, and he's decided he's going to do it himself. And his team is in 4th place, Go Beasts. After having a little dabble with the Amazon ladies, he's gone, obviously, Nagel. And I'll come to you first, Shot. Do you like this team? Anything you don't like about this team? And which team is better of the 2 Nagel builds?
It's better sorted than Arthurwayne, so it's quite better to look at. But first of all, I get Shagrath's hate on dwarves. He played Dark Elves last season and met at least my Corvs one time. Now he started out with Amazons, also not really good for dwarves.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really on a rampage out there, and after 2 seasons back-to-back dwarf wins in the CCL Cup,
yeah. I mean the thing is as well with Nagel. So Yeah, with Nagel, he got to the final with them, and he got beat by Azawin. So he is another coach. I mean, he's a top class coach anyway, but he's very good when he plays Nagel. I mean, we've seen him play brilliant with vampires as well. He can play anything he wants. The question though I'm asking you though is, which out of the two teams, which one would you take? If you had to pick a team out of these two now, which one would you take?
I think I would rather take Shagraf's team because he doesn't have so many stat busts, but to be honest, they both look very nice, and Nurgle are always a pain to play against at this 2v.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think it makes much difference which team. Both coaches are great, so they both could go to the final with their teams.
Yeah, you'd rather dodge these teams in the playoffs than actually play against them. I'm just hoping Shod gets them because Shod takes care of UC. So hey, yeah. Adam, anything you want to add on that?
I will go Khemri this season, so I don't think I will take on.
Oh, you play that Khemri well. You play that Khemri well. Don't give me that rubbish. So, go on, Adam.
Between the two Nurgle teams, I would take Arzawain's team if I had to pick a team to coach in the playoffs. Arzo's team has 4 guard. Shagrath's has 2.
Yeah.
Shagrath doesn't have an agility 4 piece. He has.
Yeah, but
they each have one complete
two
killer.
Versatile dodge pieces. Sorry, I don't know.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
He has one dodge killer in the making, one dodge mighty blow piece, and he has one ball carrier with 2 heads, so he can go where he can put his pieces where he needs them to be.
Oh yeah, neither team is lacking. Like this is like, am I taking an A+ team or an A++ team? Like these are two very good teams. But if I got to choose one to bring in, I think it would be Arzo's because of the stat bust. I think 2 of them were minus movement. With Nurgle, you're not often stretching your movement out as far as you can.
I mean, the thing is, as well, is we've got to remember his Azawin's team's over 2,100, was it, or 2,110? This is only 1910, so obviously we'll have more skills. But obviously, if these two met up, you'd imagine Shagrath would take maybe a wizard. I mean, I personally think it's close, but I think I would go with Azos.
I think Arzo's kind of pulling a fast one on us with his 2100 TV because he has 210,000 coin, and he also has 14 players on his team.
Yeah.
So he's really at 2,000 because he's probably going to get rid of a Rotter, which is 40k, and get rid of 60k of coin. So when you look at Arzo's team, if you end up against him, I would make my assumption that I'm against a 2,000 TV team.
I think what you've got to remember with Arzo, he likes to scum wizards, and I've made this quite blatant over many times. Thanks for that, Phoenix, for the follow, much appreciated. Don't be surprised if he comes against maybe a Shot or so. You know, someone he really rates as a coach, thinks, shit, I really need some sort of backup. He will buy a wizard, and he don't care if he gives you another wizard for free. He will do that. So that's the other thing to watch. I mean, I agree more time than not that he'll go down your route, Bannon, definitely. But you know, sometimes I've seen him do it before. And when I was speaking to Azzo about my final against Gimlick, he said if I was Gimlick, I would have bought a wizard, no doubt about it. And he said he will buy a wizard. He didn't, but Arzo said if it was me, Bernie, I'd give you the free wizard because I think it was important that I had a wizard to counteract mine. In the end, I didn't go for that. I went for a death roller, but obviously Gimlick wasn't to know that. But so yeah, don't be surprised to see that. But that's a very good point of Bannon. So he can make these teams a lot closer. I would probably just go with Arzo because of the extra guard and obviously that agility 4-piece gives me another viable threat. And who, you know, I don't know. It just looks just a little bit better, but I wouldn't want to run into any of these two teams. I'll be honest. Right, okay.
Yeah, I agree.
So, just a couple more teams I'll look at before going to the rest. Now, this is where we'll decide, you two decide which team you want to have a look at. So, we'll go with the Bannon first. Which team did you pick to have a look at?
Let's look at a new coach that has had a little bit of has made a little bit of a splash here. A new name, Dandy WR82 with his dwarfs number 11. I think they're 11th in the rankings. WR82. Let's take a quick look at that.
Let's have a look.
And it'll be a good segue into later portions of the Nuffle
Absolutely, yeah. Later on in the show, we'll be looking at dwarfs and how to beat dwarfs. because a lot of people are struggling. Yeah, this guy, I wouldn't say I had a fallout with this guy. I had a bit of a bust-up with this guy, I'll be honest. I didn't like the way he was doing stuff. And that was ironically with his Necro, not with his dwarfs. But the guy is very good. I'll be amazed if he's not a PC player, just the way his attitude and just the way he plays. I mean, this team is just built to kill. This was the team where I was spinning, my children arguing in the kitchen. I went to sort them out, came back, and missed 400 odd worth of inducements against this team.
I remember that.
Do you remember
that morning?
And I was like, oh my god. And he was obviously he was laughing his head off as you would. Monsters under your bed. I got a draw with him, so I was pretty stoked up about it. I got a 1-1 draw with him, but oh man, yeah. I mean, looking at this team, it is just brutal. Shod, take it away. What? I mean, is this team as scary as an Eggle? I mean, it's crazy.
It's very well rounded, yeah. But he doesn't have. Yeah. Okay, no, it's really well rounded.
5 piling on.
Oh yeah. Oh damn. It's 5 piling on. Yeah. Yeah. I would just hope that he passes on pretty much every block he takes and gives you some free space through that. But this looks really brutal. I hope I don't meet him anytime soon. Yeah.
This is an elf killing team. This team is here to pitch clear elves.
Although he has 2 kickoff returns, I think 2 are pretty much a waste of TV.
Yeah, that is odd. That is extremely odd to have 2 of them. Don't understand that. I mean, out of everything, I mean, obviously, while I was looking at, I was like, 2 kickoff 10? Really? Why would you have 2? Because I presume you can only move 1, can't you? You can't move 2.
Yeah, you can only move 1, but I guess he thinks, yeah, so if one gets hurt in the defense,
yeah, he's got the other
one for the offense, but why not just leave the offense runner on the bench?
I mean,
certain people
the only thing I can think he's doing is he's putting 1 to 1 corner and 1 to there, so he's got full coverage of everywhere, and then he'll activate whichever kickoff return guy needs. So I suppose if you look at that, I suppose he's very worried about all these fast teams like the Scave and that, and obviously he wants to get the ball and get it safe as quick as possible. I
mean, when you take a look at this team, there's actually a fair amount of bloat in it. You've got the 2 kickoff returns, you've got 4 rerolls, and you still have a leader with 4 rerolls.
Yeah. Do you know what?
And 5 piling on.
This will be controversial, but is this Calcium Cass back as a new gamer tag? I've got to throw it out there. It'll kill me. It'll kill me for saying that, but hey, let's go with it. The reason before people jump on me is Cass loves loads of rerolls. He'll have the leaders. He loves the leader because of the chef. So he doesn't like the chef. He's scared of the chef. So he's got his leader piece, what no one would use to take if you've got 4. But he likes the 4 rerolls. So if he doesn't hit you with his pile on piece first, he gets to reroll it. Also, don't forget, Calcium Cass had a lot more success with dwarfs than Chaos. Gimlick says no. I'm not so sure.
I played the Necros of this guy, and first of all, I don't think Calcium Cass likes Necros very much.
Yeah, good point.
And to be honest, Calcium Cass would play a bit better than him.
There we go.
I hope.
Well, that's one way to root him out if it is him.
Any time or.
And he's got the magician's shop in here too. Everyone's getting wizards.
Yeah, but the thing is as well, Cass loves them. He'll tell you he will have the wizard every time on the shop as well. You know, he this is why I'm saying everything. This is built exactly the same way as Cass would build it. He plays sort of the same way as Cass plays. Cass is, I probably agree with Cass is probably a better player than this guy, maybe. But everything here is it just smacks of Calcium Cass, apart from the niggle.
So So is this like the long con troll? Like if for some, let's say this coach gets into the final, is
Hmm.
Cass going to stream it from his Calcium Cast Twitch account and be like, "Hey guys, I'm back."
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, you can obviously he's one of those guys everybody knows, and a lot of people try and wind him up. It wouldn't be the worst thing to come in with a different username, take all the pressure off you, and just play.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because obviously he's not using his Calcium Cast account, so he's allowed to do it. But I don't know.
Hey, I
It
mentioned
probably isn't. It probably isn't. I'm just playing devil's advocate. But when I saw this, when I've seen this team, if I didn't see the coach and someone said to me, "Who's the coach?" First thing I would have said was Calcium Cast. The Wizard Shop is Calcium Cast. The way they built is Calcium Cast. Everything speaks to me of Calcium Cast. And I just thought, hey, for devil's advocate, I'll put it out there. But it's a decent team. But again, if the pile on doesn't work, and it doesn't always work, then he may be in a bit of trouble. I mean, personally, I'd like to see Shagrath Snaggle to tangle with this. But I don't know. Could you see this? I mean, the thing is, the Dwarfs have won the championship the last 2 seasons. Was crazy. Could this team do the hat trick?
I think this gets beat by either Nurgle team. There's so much TV in here that's I feel like is wasted. And if you go in with a team with bloat like this against an Arzawane or a Shagrath or either of you guys, I think that gets I think that'll get leveraged against them, and I think it would end their run.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to see a bit more stand firm in this instead of all this piling on. Because the problem is if you're piling on all the time, you got dwarfs on the floor, and
Yeah,
what? But
it's
they're
the
gonna move.
opposite of what the dwarfs.
Yeah, they're gonna move one square if they get up. So it's the gaps are gonna appear. I don't know. I think there's too much piling on. I mean, that's what 5 pieces we're piling on.
Yeah,
So he's obviously He's obviously
piling,
gonna.
piling on is two are enough in every team.
Yeah.
And I would love it on the faster pieces like the
Yeah.
Troll Slayer or the Blitzes. So that you have a blitz with pile on every side of the pitch, left
Yeah.
and right, so where you need it. And because you won't get so many pile on hits anyway against good coaches,
Yeah, I
because
think.
no one wants to stand in base contact with some mighty blow pile on pieces.
I mean, we see this a lot though. I mean, obviously he's going for the line of the line hits, isn't he, from the beginning, from the kickoff event, and the line of scrimmage, where he's obviously, I'm going to get 4 juicy hits, loads of piling on. Let's try and get the numbers down pretty quick, and then we'll hopefully get a concede, or we'll get the numbers pretty quickly, and then we'll win the game. And that's what seems to. And we see a lot of kill teams or bash teams do that. Like I said, it's a team you probably want to play against, but at the same time, if he goes crazy with the piling on, he's going to leave gaps so big you can put the Titanic through.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. When I've played him, he's been a good coach, but again, when I've seen him play, his dice are pretty hot. Kaz dice. The amount of times I've seen him, not just against me, against other people, he just wipes people off the floor, and that's always a good skill to have when your dice, consistently hot. But yeah, he's a good coach, and it's good that we got new coaches here. And I felt a bit sorry for him last season because he did get blatantly robbed. He would have qualified in the playoffs, but obviously someone misclicked against the other dwarfs of Segezio, and if he didn't misclick, Segezio wouldn't have won, and that would have put him through. So he's back this season, and he's back to try and right some wrongs. So good luck to him.
I like seeing new names in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's always good. It's always good, isn't it?
Always good, yeah.
I always like that. And finally, so we'll look at one more team, and then we'll get on with it. Shod, which team do you have a look at?
I want to look at ProKek's Kislev team, the number 2
Snowflakes.
Yeah, Snowflake.
Let's have a look at the Kislev team.
Because I'm just happy the Kislev team makes it this far and is played so well. So I was always interested in playing Kislev, but I never felt quite good enough with them. And now I basically have a blueprint how to build them, how to play them, because I've seen him play them, and
Yeah.
Prokeke just plays them fantastic. It's
He's a very, very good coach. He plays Skaven very well, but he's absolutely one of the best 110 coaches I've seen ever. But he's done really well with the Kislev, and he does really well with Dark Elves as well, I've noticed. The problem I have with Kislev, apart from they all seem to break if I use them, is the TV spirals out of control. And yeah, you get leap in it, and that means obviously your team's never safe. I just look at this team. I mean, he's carrying 50k block, but 2-1-70 this would be. And what am I getting for it? Not much, is what I would say. But I don't know.
But you never can forget that Kislev are faster than they look, because they can just jump over your players. Or behind your players with 3 or 4 if the dice are okay.
Kislev are my Achilles heel.
Half of the team is behind your team afterwards, and
it's
faster than it looks with all the movement.
I get it, and I saw Rambo on the Xbox. He's a very good Kislev coach, and his team was very good as well. But he had a few more stats than this team. I like it. Wrestle, strip, ball. It's fantastic. So he's got 2 pieces there which sort of jump in, as long as they roll a 3+. And they more times than not, if I haven't got show hands, they're going to get the ball loose. And it's great. And he's got his catches. He's got strength 3 catcher. I can see this team being a nightmare to play. The only thing I don't like about it is I think the TV is ridiculously high. That's nothing on Projecki, because that's just Kislev all over. There's not much you can do about it.
Problem,
yeah. I mean, again, it can come down some. I mean, Kislev, do they really need 4 rerolls when you have 2/3 of your team as... Really? I don't know. See, I don't know much about them.
A lot of Kislevs go 4.
They are my Achilles heel. They just beat the shit out of me, no matter what race I am, no matter how I go at it. Kislev make me look stupid. So I hope I don't run into them.
It's hard to position against them. I played him with some dwarves, I think, or I don't know if I played him or. But if Kislevs are played well, you just don't know where to go and how to position right, because a good coach can put his pieces everywhere then, and the jumps are all 3+ with the 3 agility pieces thanks to long legs, and he has Prokeke has 3 catches. They all jump with a 2+. Also, one catcher guard piece, so he jumps into your cage with the guard piece, then comes in with the wrestle strip ball piece, and you have the ball loose. It's just how do you place your pieces with him. Also, he has the killer with piling on, tackle, and block, and agility 4. So he can also outcast you if the dice are good for him.
The only bad thing about this is his armor 7, isn't he? His armor 7. But I mean, Projecki, Projecki even with rats has always been very aggressive, very, very aggressive, and I can imagine him being a complete nightmare with the Kislev. And I mean, he's top Dark Elves just as well, I think. But I think I'll be very surprised if he doesn't go with his Kislev. Really surprised.
He's a very good aggressive coach with a team built to be aggressive, so he's going to be a force to reckon with in the playoffs.
He's also got the wizard enhancement as well, so he's going all in to get this ball loose. So it
makes sense because he has one of the highest TVs in the club at the moment. So everyone would get a wizard against him.
Yeah, it was pretty good, to be fair. Right, okay, let's move on. We'll have a look at some other teams another time. Right, let's go on what's been going on. So obviously, the Invitational Cup, we'll go to that, because that's just finished. For anybody who doesn't know, it was supposed to be 8 of the best coaches who doesn't have a World Cup ticket have a little playoffs, and the top 2 would get a ticket. Obviously, me being typical me, decided to go and win a championship and then throw everything into chaos. I don't know about you two. It was a very stressful time for myself because obviously I was getting a lot of hate, a lot of toxic, a lot of Bernie dying, all that shit. You know, and then obviously
it was.
It was a nightmare. I tried my best to pull out of it, but unfortunately, Nithos and Sinai were having it. But I mean, did you think it was a good?
I think you handled it great.
I tried.
All the stuff that you had to deal with.
Yeah,
and that's one of the reasons why I was pounding on you this week to be like, hey, let's get Nuffle Shuffle going. Let's turn the page. Let's get through this. You know.
Yeah. It was a learning experience for me. I mean, I found out some friends were enemies, stabbing me in the back. I obviously found out how toxic some people can be, but at the same time, I had a lot of people who was like, you know, like yourself, very supportive and got me through it. And the big picture was, for me, I don't know what you take out of it, but to me, we had 2 PS4 coaches. That's all we had out the 8, and both of them got to the final. So obviously the PS4 took it to some of the best of the PC. And even Jimmy said on his stream, these were some of the best PC coaches. And we beat them in their backyard. And I thought that was just fantastic. And I would say to Azra, I don't care who wins it. We both there. You've got your ticket. What's great, because obviously we win that ticket. It's a bit annoying that we lose a ticket, because obviously that could have been a Fantfox or a Sergal or a Gimlick if they'd let me give it to Gimlick, because he was obviously the runner-up in the final, what I personally would have liked to have seen. But I thought, you know, I thought that competition put the consoles on the map. It was like, look, we're here to take the World Cup. Don't take us, you know, don't think it's going to be an easy win. I mean, Pupok turned around and said in the Invitational, God, I wish I'd get a console player first round. He obviously got dumped out by a console player. So things like that, you know, to me, I know some of it's banter.
He did end up getting a ticket.
He did, but how did he get the ticket? Because thanks to the good old PS4 team.
Yeah.
But the thing is, to me, it was like, I mean, I think Wolfback said it perfectly when he said, I only do it because I know Bernie will buy it, because obviously I'm very protective of a console player. So I took that on, and I thought, you know what, you are right. I do get very protective, but I think now I'm a bit more relaxed that people can't wind me up, because we've done something. We've given them a bloody nose, and you know, I think we did really, really well. Do you think we needed an invitational, though? Do you think it was a good idea, or do you think you could have done something different? Because one of the complaints is that the final was always going to be dead rubber.
I like the invitational. I think it's a great idea. I think how we determine what teams get to it could be done a little bit different. I didn't like the idea of Season 1 counting as much as Season 14. So maybe in the future, maybe count all the seasons from the beginning of this World Cup to the next World Cup.
Right.
You know, use those seasons.
Now cut off the season 15 for the next World Cup and
yeah. Because like for me, I never played Blood Bowl until season 7. Something like that was first time I ever played. But if we continue the same ranking system for something like the Invitational Cup, I will always be left out of that because of missing this first seasons.
It was a strange one. I mean, I think they're trying to reward loyalty, you know, to the coaches who've been there from basically day one. I mean, like I said, I mean, obviously Fantfox could have made it, but he didn't play in a lot of them because obviously the 2-minute thing. But yeah, I mean, it's something they're going to have to look at. I mean, I know why they did it. They wanted to get the reward, you know, loyalty and people who've been consistent through the seasons. So you know, I the only thing I didn't like. The only thing I didn't like about it was.
I believe it would be better if they made the Invitational before all the World Cup qualifiers. So just start the World Cup hype with the Invitationals. Put in not 8 or put in 16 of the best coaches of the PC, PlayStation and Xbox against each other. Look who wins the tickets. And
16 or even 32. I think a larger invitational.
It would be a great tournament then, and then start all the World Cup qualifiers afterwards.
That'd be a great way to hype up the World Cup. Just kick it off with that.
I think that's what they're trying to do. They wanted something big on the official channel just before the World Cup to get everyone hyped up and people coming on going, oh, what's this? Oh, it's Invitational Club. This is going to get you a World Cup ticket, blah, blah, blah. So I get where they came from. Obviously, you know, me obviously winning the ticket beforehand was obviously a bit of bit awkward. But again, I don't really think it made much difference. We still got 2 tickets. PC got an extra ticket, so if anything, the console coaches were robbed more than anything else. But I just thought for the final they should have offered something else as well, because hey, for the new
what did you think of the Invitational? I see you in chat over here.
Yeah. I mean, because to me, for the neutral, there wasn't much on the line, was there? It just seemed like a nothing game, and the third place obviously became more exciting because obviously, it was like, there's a tick involved.
Yeah, I don't know how you do with the. So here's something that I think in general would be awesome, and I know it's a super long shot. I think, and it would solve things like the final, the Invitational. I think we need to have special kits, special uniforms that are given out for winning tournaments.
Right.
Or some little virtual trophy that can show up next to your coach name when you go in and play a match. I think that would be cool. It does cost money, I guess, for them to implement it, but it isn't like Champions Ladder where we're giving money over and over and over again.
Yeah, like I say, it would have been nice for my team to have got something out of it. It's like, oh hey, have a welcome ticket. It's like, well, I've already got one.
Right.
But yeah, it would have been nice, like obviously a fan favorite, or like I said, like a winner's uniform, just for this team. What I thought would have been really, really nice. Something what I think everybody would have really wanted to have won. I think that would have been a nice touch. But again, I mean, obviously, this is the problem with Cyanide is they've got to get something done with the Scions. At the moment, it's like, oh yeah, Scions, yeah, I get to get another uniform, yay! And there's not really anything you can do with Scions, and it still stuns me today. They could make so much little things like not just different uniforms, but like, I don't know, different referees. So you could have a halfling referee or an ogre referee, something like that and people would pump more money into the game. And
people would go nuts for it.
Yeah. Can you imagine like an ogre ref? Oh, it'd be awesome. Or it's just something different.
And it doesn't even need to modify your game in a way where it gives you an advantage. Like something like a kit.
Yeah.
Boom.
No, and this is the same what Fortnite does, doesn't it? The game Fortnite, they do all this stuff and they make a lot of money, but it doesn't give you a better chance of winning, does it? But people love it. They love these new stuff or new ability. Like I just think an ogre ref, I'd buy that straight away. And don't get me started on Chaos Pack. Do not get me started on that. They're not in the thing at the moment. I don't know.
I would love Chaos Pack.
I've never played them, but it just bugs me that we've had Cyanide have had this for years.
I want my Dark Elf with mutations. That would be so awesome.
Right then, dwarfs. Dwarfs have been kicking ass. There's been quite a lot of dwarfs going about. Why are they all of a sudden becoming the most annoying team in Sea Ladder? Chaos used to get a lot of hate. Nagel sort of got it, but now all of a sudden everybody hates dwarfs. Shagrath wants them all dead. People saying it's ruining the league. I can't beat dwarfs, they're so OP.
I haven't felt that way at all.
Yeah, I don't think so too. It's a new run because the last 2 seasons were won by dwarfs, and I think season 12 or something.
As a win,
with dwarfs, and Azerwayne won with dwarfs one time. Yeah.
So the dwarfs have won it 4 times. So they are the most successful.
To be fair, the dwarfs that beat me in the quarterfinals in season 14 just got super lucky. There was, I don't remember who the coach was on the other side.
Some looker I had. I was told some looker.
Yeah.
Orc armor is worth nothing, Abanana. I told you many times. Orc armor is not much better than the Wood Elf armor against dwarves.
Well, we saw that in the Invitational. Did you see that poor Diamlord, the Orcs in the Invitational? Yeah. Twice his team got ripped apart. So that must have put loads of people off Orcs. I wouldn't touch Orcs after that, but people are struggling with dwarves.
Strategy.
Go on, Havana, tell us.
Here's my strategy, and I'll always stick to it. You just got to find a way to split them up. Most teams have strength 4 pieces. Like when I'm playing with Orcs, I try to get a dwarf off around with an Orc. So get a dwarf matched up with an Orc, take them both out of the game. And you just start shedding off the Longbeards with guard and having them matched up against a higher strength or even an even strength piece, because once you break up their guard wall, then they really start to fall apart. And then you're just sitting there getting 2-die after 2-die because they're not going to be able to dodge out.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose it's a lot of the people I speak to who aren't happy usually play like elves, wood elves, Skaven. The teams will obviously try and protect themselves with bludgeon. Obviously, the dwarves come on with pile on, and might be like, oh, that's nice, dead. I suppose it comes down to trying to split them up, find the gaps, and trying to not give them as many blocks as possible. I mean, dwarves can be beaten. It's as simple as that. And the thing with dwarfs is they're very slow. So you obviously, I always find it's quite hard to score with dwarfs against a very competent coach, especially if you don't get the attrition. But
they are draw machines in the end.
Yeah,
they get a lot of draws, but they won't have many games where they score more than 1 or let's say 2 touchdowns if they are lucky. So if you can outscore them, you're on a good way. And like Amanan said, you have to split them up and have to hope that the coach you play against is not the best in with his positioning.
Yeah.
And one advice I always like to give is, if you want to see the weakness of a team, just play them yourself.
Yeah.
Look at what people do against you and what works against it, and you will know how to play and how to win against them.
Morning, Wolfbark. Welcome.
Yeah, he's Wolfbark. This is the guy who likes to annoy me. He likes to wind me up. It won't happen though. I know your game now. But the thing is, obviously, Wolfbark. We'll talk about you in a minute because we was discussing you on Duran's stream. God knows, early hours of thing. But we'll get on to that in a minute. But yeah, I mean, the thing with dwarfs is if you position wrong or you're not very good positioner, you're always going to struggle. Yeah, I mean, Wolfbark said you can get lucky with dwarfs, and you can. You so can. You can definitely get lucky with dwarfs, and you can get lucky. I mean, with most teams you can. I mean, they've got high armor. You can get mighty blow, pile on, stand firm. I love stand firm on dwarfs, guards. So they are a very good team, but they do have weaknesses, and I think it's the same with chaos. They all have weaknesses, and it's just a case of, oh, there you go. There's a rock. He's dead. But I don't know. Oh God, there's an bloody hell. These rocks are dangerous. I mean, I've just got a game going on while we're talking, so people can watch something. But them rocks just took out a high elf blitzer and killed a chorf.
It's actually Dandy play.
Yeah, no, that's why I put on, because obviously we say about Dandy. I've never heard of this malleable one before though. So we say about new coaches. I thought we'll have a look at him. But yeah, I think with dwarfs is you've just got to not give them loads of hits. Try and pull them apart. Try and get them so they're mispositional. I mean, like Wolfbark and else said, I was lucky against Sean, and yeah, the defense blitz was lucky, and my dodging was pretty good. But I did pull him enough to get that sort of rush down the flank, and and obviously Sean is an absolute fantastic coach, as obviously everyone knows. But obviously I've done, obviously in the PS4, I see it a lot with these PS4 coaches who play dwarfs. They're all about the bash. They're not really bothered about the positioning. And if you're smart enough and don't panic and just look, smoke and mirrors, pretend you're going one way, then swing to the other, it drives dwarfs crazy.
And they have armor 8 pieces. They have armor 8 pieces that you can hit, and it'll make a difference.
And like I said, when I was playing in the playoffs, it was very rare I had 2 Troll Slayers on the pitch, and that was the reason, because they were armor 8. So I usually had, ironically, Gunlig Return. He used to be on the bench. I'd go with the extra long beard. Because obviously I've got
my Troll Slayers. I would let a runner on my reserve bench before I let one of my 2 Troll Slayers out, because with the Dauntless they help against the higher strength teams a lot, in my opinion.
Yeah, I do that too. I leave a runner on the bench.
It depends. It depends what you're against. I mean, I went against Bretonnians, so Dauntless, no good. Dark Elves. Again, no, Norse, no. So I basically had games where I really didn't need the Dauntless, and I mean I like Troll Slayers, but I'm and I've seen this a lot. I was talking to, I don't know if it was Cinemouse, where we say a lot of dwarf players don't take the 2 Troll Slayers, or they don't keep them on because of their armor.
Good morning, Drick.
Oh, here he is, Drick. It was really funny because someone said, "Oh yeah, I wish I get an Xbox coach in the first round of the World Cup." I said, "Oh, you should have said that. If you get Drick now, he'll kick your ass." Everyone was like, "Oh, you don't want Drick. Drick is an amazing coach." But yeah, I mean, dwarfs. I mean, I agree with Wolfpack. He says I don't like dwarfs in the WC format because they don't get enough guard. Yeah, and in fact, you know, a human build could outguard the dwarfs. I agree with Wolfpack.
I don't think guard is going to be that popular. Yeah, I don't think dwarves are going to be that popular in the World Cup because of that.
Yeah.
There are 6 teams in the World Cup, so it's really not
oh right, okay. So that basically leads on to the World Cup. Then let's go on to the World Cup. So the Invitational Cup, we agree it was a good thing. We're obviously more happy that the PS4 dominated it. You know, so hey, you know, whatever. I think they should have given the winner like a grand though. You know, something like that. That'd have been a lot better. You know.
You won it in turn 25. That's the best.
I know. I won it in turn 25, didn't I? I mean, you know, what way to do it? And I even misclicked as well. I bet typical console noob misclicked. So the World Cup then. I mean, Durham had a quick look at some of the teams, and I'll be honest, there was 2 teams I didn't want to run into. Wolfpack was one of them because I think he had 81% win rate with his Necro, what is an amazing record with them, and obviously that proves how great of a coach he is. And the other one was ironically Pupok, who I beat in the Invitational, and he had some like 80% win rate as well. So I don't know. I'm just thinking, did he go with Necro as well? I can't remember now. But
Necro's a very, very popular choice for this format of tournament. I mean, I sent you guys that table last week, and I think Necro and Humans are two of the most highly used teams for this type of tournament.
Yeah.
Wolfpack went with Undead. My apologies. See, tell how much I was paying attention at 2 in the morning. But obviously you were playing extremely. Obviously you're very good coach. Because there's a lot of coaches that I was looking at, like someone had like a 39% win rate and 50% win rate. I try not get involved too much on the win rates because obviously on the PC I played a lot of flings, goblins. So people are like, oh Bernie, your win rate's like 9% lower than it is on the PS4, and it's like, yeah, but if you look at the teams I've played and the crashes I had with the PC blowing up and all that, you know, I have got a few excuses. So I try not to say, oh yeah, but this guy's only got 50% win rate, it should be easy, because that's a slippery slope and make a big mistake on that. And a lot of people don't play CCL.
Don't say much.
Yeah.
Just look at Runimont, the guy I played in the CCL Cup final. His 2 favorite races are Underworld and Goblins, and his win rate is around 50%, so really not that great. But he's a great coach, and with those 2 teams, he's he's probably the best coach of Underworld and Goblins on the PS4.
Yeah, I mean, Wolfpack's trying to say, oh yeah, it's pretty rubbish at 81% win rate. Yeah, whatever. 81% is fantastic. You're not fooling any of us PS4 lot. We've got you marked. Trying fun teams. It's always good to play fun teams. And like we said earlier in the show, that obviously if you play other teams, you get to know the strengths and weaknesses. And if you were new to Blood Bowl last year, you've learnt it very quick, and obviously you're a very good coach. And well done to you. I mean, what? I mean, I've got down here. I've got humans most popular. Why? Why all of a sudden? I mean, when I picked humans for the Invitational, I picked them because obviously going back to Griffo War when we're Bretonians, I was trying to put a bit of fluff in, and I thought, oh, well, it'll be a bit of balance. And you know what? I expect to get slayed for taking humans. Then Azwin got hold of it and said, you know what, Bernie? Maybe the build's not great, but you're onto something here. Even Drick liked obviously humans, and obviously one of the other coaches went humans in Pupok. So all of a sudden the humans and obviously the PC is it Velihopia? I don't know if I pronounced that right. He won the Sea Ladder season 15 with humans, and all of a sudden the humans, what's crazy, have got all this love. I think someone said they're the most popular out the 64 the World Cup. I think someone said there's like 15 human teams at least. So I'll go to you about them first. Why is there all this love for humans all of a sudden? Why?
All right, two reasons. Well, 3 reasons. First, it's a res format. All this Armor 8, all this AV8 that you're looking at is not as detrimental to you in the long run.
Right.
So that's one reason. Second, it is a team that begins with 4 block pieces right out of the box before you start putting skills on, and now you get 2 extra skills, I believe, because they're considered tier 2. They're really like a tier 1.5 team. In some tournaments, they're listed in a middle range so that they're not getting as much as a true tier 2 team. So really, it's coaches taking advantage of the setup of the tournament.
Right.
And finally, you also get to start with a guy with sure hands.
Yeah.
You're not wasting a skill on that either.
Yeah.
So theoretically, you could go into the first match with 10 players with block and a guy with sure hands.
Yeah. I mean,
that's pretty good out of the box compared to most teams. It'll be interesting to see later on in the tournament, because in the later stages of the tournament, when you're adding different skills, the strengths of certain races are going to change.
And that was what a lot of people were saying. They were saying, like, humans will have it their own way in the first round, but the deeper you go into the tournament, humans all of a sudden start falling behind the pack. My argument to that is I'm not good enough to get to the final, so if I can get myself a win or 2, I'll be more than happy with that. What do you think? Do you agree with what Abonon said there? Or, I mean, obviously Wolfpack's in there saying, yeah, the tiering is one of the main reasons why people gone humans. Is there anything?
Yeah, that's basically the format really supports the humans, and I think we had a lot of dwarf teams in the last World Cup, and in this format, for this World Cup, the humans are just the better dwarfs, in my opinion, from what I've tested with them. And basically, if you wanted to, you could give them 5 guards right out of the box. Or even 6 if you forget tackle. And they are faster than dwarfs. They can keep up with the elves. And did you play elves or no? But you basically showed with your build that humans can be perfect anti-elf teams, more or less.
Yeah, I mean, it's ironic, wasn't it? Because obviously people were taking the mick out of me because I went with 2 mighty blow tackle pieces, and I agree. I probably went a bit too over far, and I probably didn't get the right build, because obviously the teams I was against were dwarfs and stuff. So I get that, but what I'm going to say in my defense is that the build was wrong. The build was wrong. I'll give you that, but I still won it. So what would have happened if I'd have built it right? And maybe that's what people are thinking. Barney completely messed it up, but somehow still looked his way into winning it. So hey, if he can do it, anybody can. Because there's no way I'm the best coach. I never claimed to be. I'm no Arzuin or a Drake or, an Anarian or anything like that. So I suppose in a way it's good that people can say, oh well, Bernie's a decent coach, not the best, but if he can do it, then I can do it. And there'll be better coaches better than me out there. Will say, yeah, I'm going to go humans. I'm glad to say I have changed. I have changed my my build. So I've gone 3 guards
that's
and a mighty blow tackle. So I've only got 1, and I've got an ogre with block. Yeah, I played all right against Pupok. Well, I played well from 10-15. I must admit that I was absolutely hammered that game. I had way too much to drink. So, Azwin was laughing his head off because I was absolutely hammered playing that game. But I was really bothered.
The end of the Pupok game, people say how it's all dice at this level. I think the end of the Pupok game, you showed where coaching matters even at a very high level.
Yeah.
That 2-turn that you did
was
done amazing. It was great.
It was really amazing. Your last 3 turns was so great. Were so great to watch.
I suppose it was like someone said. I think the best thing what happened in that game was everyone who said some of the PC guys are saying really nice things about that movie did on turn 15. I was like, holy crap, it must have been good. But it was so funny. I was like, it doesn't matter about the way the PC loved me for like 2 minutes. I'll take that. They don't want to kill me. But yeah, I mean, it's really funny because I was absolutely hammered, and I'd actually said in PC chat, said I in PS4 chat, said, look, the guy's beating me. I have no, it wasn't lucky. He just was better than me. And then 10-15, I just changed into another game and started playing properly, and he had no answer. But things like that, I could play him again. He could kick me ass, and when you got close coaches, that can happen. But yeah, I think humans, that is the secret. Get drunk, absolutely with Bio. That's the best way to do it. But again, I mean, I just go to this I just go to this game here. It's a friend. It's a sea ladder game. But again, look at this. It's high elves against Chorfs, and look at the Chorfs. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4 Chorfs out. And this is why I'm a bit funny with AV9 teams, because if they start losing pieces, and because they use this slow, big gaps appear, and that's why I think humans are a lot more desirable. I mean, when I look at humans, they are quite fast because you can have 2 catches while like movement 8. But the good thing about the catches is that they get armor 8. What's brilliant, because usually you see catches with armor 7, don't you? What I like, and I like the idea. I think Duran hates it, but I like the idea that you can have a block ogre. I love it. I just love having a big strength 5 guy. And you've got, like I said, I've got 3 guard pieces. I've still got my might blow tackle piece. What can go word dancer hunting or whatever or whatever.
Yeah, I like block on the ogre. I think that is a very useful skill to use right off the bat.
Yeah.
But I have no pressure. I'm not in the World Cup like you guys, so.
Well, I've just blagged myself into it, because I was saying to Mercy Flush, I was like, I haven't bothered about the World Cup. Goes, what do you mean I haven't bothered about the World Cup? Yeah, I haven't bothered. And I didn't play in any league to win the cup or anything. The only reason I won it is because I played in the Sea Ladder. I always play the Sea Ladder. So it was like, a case of that. And Seg was supposed to be invitational. He pulled out, so I ended up in that. And I'm like, oh my God. So, I tried to win it twice and won it twice. So I suppose, I should be confident, but I'm not. I'm just going to play it as I do, and I expect to get some like Andy Davo first round and get my ass kicked. But talking about Andy Davo, now there's been a lot of sneaky coaching about. A lot of coaches have been looking at people's teams and trying to figure out who's taking who. Now, Andy Davo apparently accidentally on his stream showed his Necro team. And I straight away was...
I'm the one that told you that.
Yeah. There's a few others that have said it as well. And I was like, is Andy trying to pull a fast one? Is he pretending that he's, oh dear, I've shown my team and everyone's going to get on the Necro train because, hey, it's Andy Davo. If Andy Davo's going Necro, we're all going to go Necro. But my source said he's gone Dark Elf. Well, to me, it's not a surprise.
He'll either be Necro or Dark Elf.
Sorry, Sean.
Yeah, I called it from the start that this has to be a bluff. Andy Davo is the best Dark Elf player in the NAF, and I always thought from the start he will go Dark Elves, and this whole Necro thing is just a bluff.
Yeah.
Because why would he go Necro now when there's so much on the line?
Yeah.
If he feels if Dark Elves are clearly his best team. And I think it was just a bluff to get people to play Necros, because Necros are not the best against elf teams, and he wanted to play out the community a bit to go Necros, because there will be a lot of human teams, there will be a lot of dwarf teams possibly, and against them Necros are good, but then he comes in with a Dark Elf team and just rips them apart, possibly.
I mean, I will say this in chat while we've got people in chat. I think I can't remember. It was one of you two who said it. I think it was Shod who said this. He said, "Oh yeah, Necro will murder humans," and I was like, I don't agree with that one iota. I'd just be interested. Is Necro a really good matchup for against humans? Would humans struggle against them? Oh my God, we've got this rock. I don't think that. Well, I don't think so personally, but Shot seems to think they do. I mean, what do you think about him?
In the first round, I think humans have an advantage, but in the third round, would you rather have that human team or would you rather have the Necro team? That question starts to change. So it depends on where you
play them.
The tournament.
Yeah, fair point.
Necros are a bit weak at the start, but I believe if they go through the first rounds, this will be hard teams to beat the Necros.
That's maybe why they're like tier 2 then, isn't it? Because they start off slowly, they need a few more skills. I mean, I definitely had a look at Necro, and I was tempted to a certain extent. And I do usually do quite well with Necro, but I was just like, oh man, I don't know, and it really did take me a long time to decide what to go with. And in the end, I thought, you know what, sod this. I did all right with humans. I'll keep with the humans, and we'll go with the better build and see what we go. But Necro, the team what tempted me, and I'll be honest, I bottled it. I just couldn't go with them. Was Undead. I was like, oh man, I've got to. Because by the end, I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. I tried to convince myself to go Undead, and I just bottled it. I just couldn't do it. I never was going to go Wood Elf. I mean, I just don't know why. I just decided not to. And it was always between Undead and Humans and maybe Necro for me. I had to look at the Dark Elves. I had to look at the High Elves as well. Skaven, I wanted to take Skaven, but I just couldn't find a proper build. But yeah, you know, I mean, Drick saying he'd like to play against Andy Davo. Yeah, I'm sure everyone would love to see that. Wolfback saying he was tempted by Necro as well. And Wolfback, if you took Undead, you might be able to tell us why you took Undead then, because I was trying to convince myself to go Undead, and I just, I so wanted to go Undead, but I just couldn't push the button. I really couldn't. I just thought, you know what, I'll stick with Humans. But yeah, there's a lot of. Oh, I hope he doesn't blow up in my face. That's all I've got to say. Sean, do you mean Wood Elves? Why?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Well, I thought about 3 different teams really seriously. It was Necros for me because I like Necros. They are my second favorite team behind Camry, and Camry. Let's say I could have gone with Camry because of the human meta, but I didn't have the balls to do it.
Yeah.
You can't hear me, but I'm shaking. You can't hear it, but I'm shaking my head really violently right now.
I know.
So someone had the balls to go Camry. Someone had the balls to go Camry. So
Yeah.
hey.
I don't know if I would call it balls.
But yeah, it was Necros or Humans. I prepared myself for Humans too. I haven't played them for years, so I played them always with a few friends, but never played them in the CCL. And I quite liked them, and I thought more about Humans than the Necros. But I never was quite convinced with my builds, and I was never really happy about relying on the 1-in-9s.
Yeah.
And in my test games, my Wood Elf build was just the one I felt most comfortable with in the formats. So
I suppose that's what you gotta go with, isn't it?
I just went all in and said, okay, let's go Wood Elf. If I meet dwarves in the first round, I have an excuse to get thrown out.
Yeah.
And it was just a matter of feeling for me.
I think that's the thing I had with Undead was that I could run into like orcs, or I could run into Wood Elves who would just ignore my 2 mummies, and then my four ghouls running out, my 7 no regen, and all of a sudden it's like, and I just couldn't do it myself.
There are a few anti-human teams in there. There are I believe 4 Lizzies. There are a Camry team Undead, and I believe there are a bit over 20 anti-elf teams in there, and a bit under 20 anti-human teams in there. So it's really a bad matchup for both everywhere.
But humans really are just a balanced team, so most teams have a good chance against them. I think. I just think the way the tiers are set up, it helps humans a lot. And the good thing with humans, in my opinion, I don't think they're OP. I just think they're very well balanced. So whoever you go up against, you're gonna have a chance. Especially if you build them right. I built mine the same as Arzuin, the 4-time champion now. So if I built it wrong, then so is Arzuin. So I'm okay. I don't mind being called the same as Arzuin. So yeah, I mean, the other thing I just want to say is the World Cup show. We're doing a World Cup show. I've got Durham, the PS4 big streamer, and I've also got the world champion of the world, Guinness, who will be joining me. And we're trying to get an Xbox guy for an Xbox coach is brave enough. Not looking at Drick at all, but hey. And we're going to be doing at 10 p.m. BST. Now, it'll either be Monday or Tuesday. It depends when the draw is done. If the draw's done on Sunday, aka today, then we're going to be doing it on Monday, and we'll have a look at some of the teams and matchups. And then obviously, if it's drawn on Monday, we'll do it on Tuesday. So that will be there. Anybody who wants to join us are more than welcome. So it'll be a bit of a celebration of the World Cup, and we'll have a look at some of the teams. We'll try not to troll Wolfback, honest. And we'll just, we'll just go on it. So that'll be obviously Monday or Tuesday. So there we go. Right, now then, here's the fun part. We haven't done it yet. It's time for the quiz. I hope you two have got a really good buzzer. You've got to have a good buzzer. Everybody has a good buzzer. You'll be glad to know I was so tempted to make you do an advert, but because Messi was so bad at it, I didn't. VG was awesome. But it's just 10 normal questions. So for anybody who obviously doesn't watch the show, we have a quiz. We have 10 questions. They've both got a buzzer. Who buzzes in first, they basically get to answer it first, and whoever gets the most questions right is the champion. It's just a bit of fun. So we need to know your buzzers, gentlemen. So Shod, what is your buzzer? You can't.
No, not. I don't have a really good idea.
You think, Ananya, please save me.
What is our buzzer going to be? My buzzer is going to be PS4 Master Race.
There you go, that's a good one. PS4 Master Race. There you go. So he's got that one. You can have something like, I don't know, UC Hunter or something. I don't know. You gotta have a buzzer.
No, I go with the Terminator theme and just
I'll be back. I'll be back. Right, okay, so you got I'll be back. You've got PS4 Master Race. Fantastic. Right, I think my dog set my bloody pen. Bloody typical. See, this is how professional I am. I only had one pen about. All my sons had it. But I'll have to try and remember. Someone keeps scoring the chat. Someone's kiting my pen. You can't have nothing in this house, I'll tell you. Right, question 1. What's the name of Projeki's Kislev team set third in the ladder?
I'll be back. Snowflake.
You are correct. Well done, you. Question 2. Which race won season 13 of the Sea Ladder?
PS4 Master Race.
Go on then. I want the race.
Dwarfs.
Wrong. Shot.
Oh, which race?
Don't you start be bloody checking all the bloody records, you. I
know it.
Well, you've already buzzed. You can't have another go. It's his go.
Chaos Dwarfs. Chaos Dwarfs.
Sandbox.
I tell you.
That game with you,
I know you did.
Yeah.
I bet Shud was like, well, let me just check on my PS4. Let me go back a bit. Yeah. Okay. This one, think carefully about, because a lot of people get this one wrong. So I'm giving you a bit of a help here. So Snowflakes. Right, I've got a pen. I found a pen. So Snowflakes. That was Shod. Who got the first one right? Was it Shod got the first two right?
Shot's killing me.
Oh, we'll have to sort that out. We'll have to sort that out, aren't we?
This is like our quarterfinal match.
You're getting diced, aren't you? You're getting diced, that's what it is. Get used to them rerolls. Right, number 3. Can you name my famous Bretonian team what made the final? The name of the team.
I'll be back.
PS4 Master.
I'll be back. The Stuntman Didis. Sorry.
You got it right. I mean, a lot of people just call it the Stuntman Didis. It's not. It's the Stuntman Didis. I was trying to confuse you. I was trying to. Bloody hell! This is no good. This is a Dyson and a half. This is. Question 4.
I'm out of rerolls too.
Tell you, them dub skulls. Stop rolling dub skulls. Question 4. What skill category is a double on a Kislev Blitzer?
I'll be back.
Go on.
Agilities.
Wrong. It's not agility. Go on.
PS4 Master Race.
Go on. What is it?
Yeah.
Strength.
What? No. It's not. It's bloody passing.
Oh, it's passing. Yeah.
Tell you, you had
to agility and strength.
Oh man, I had visions there of Ananya going for the GFI in the end zone and he rolled a double 1. So nobody got that one. So good news is you're only 3 down.
I said earlier, I don't know Kislev. They are my Achilles heel.
Yeah, bad thing.
They come back to bite me again.
Yeah, blame the Kislev. Question 5: how many skills or traits, whatever you want to call it, does a Wood Elf treatment start with?
PS4 Master Race.
Go on.
They start with
It's you checking out.
four.
Not even close.
No, I don't cheat. I'm not gonna cheat.
Do you want to have a quick guess?
Must be 6, I believe.
Oh, you are so close. It was 7. A halfling.
7.
A halfling one starts with 6 because they don't have the learner, I do believe. But a tree starts with mighty blow, learner, stand firm, strong arm, thick skull, throw a teammate, and take root. It is 7.
6 guys.
Wow.
There you go. There you go. So look at this way. Shod hasn't scored for 2 turns. Doesn't matter. He's 3-0 up. But you know, hey, you might do a 10-15.
Oh, may as well call me England. Too soon? Too soon?
10-25, not forgotten, had an amazing runner. Can you name him?
Sorry,
Sorry, 10-25, not forgotten. My dwarf team. So we're on about the champion team. They had an amazing runner. What was his name?
I'll be back. It's Mercy Flash.
Oh yeah, there you go. Another one for Shod, the Shodinator, getting it done. Number 7. How many Skaven can you have in a starting Underworld roster?
I'll be back. 6.
God, man, you're on it tonight. You're on it like a car bonnet.
Shod's on fire. Shod's on fire.
That's it. I think
taking the hot dice back away from you. That's what it is.
Do you know what's happened? I think Abannon's gone AFK. Yeah. I think he's gone AFK. We better get a streamer. I think someone.
No.
It's like, sorry, I've had enough. That's me done. I'm gonna just make answer them yourself. I don't care. Right.
It is 7. It is 7 a.m. here.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Number 8 then. The star player, Big Rat. What agility is he?
I'll be back.
A PS4 Master Race.
Oh, go on. Shod got there first.
He's agility 2.
Wrong.
Is
Here's your chance. Here's your chance.
The Big Rat. I'm gonna go with agility.
Come on.
4.
4! 4! He's a bloody rat again! What rat goes agility 4? What? I tell you what, if he was agility 4, it would be awesome. He's actually agility 3. Most rat ogres are agility 2. For some bizarre reason, the Big Rat we had agility 3.
Okay.
That was awesome. I was like, he's got to get it right. There's only 2 answers it could be. Yeah, no, it's not agility 4.
It's a trick question. It's gonna be a 4.
Oh dear. Well, this one you can't get wrong. Well, I'd say you can't get wrong. I don't know. His name isn't Big Rat. It is. I'm sure it is. Wolfpack said his name isn't Big Rat. I'm sure it is. I'm absolutely sure it is because I took him a few times in the Xbox and he was shite. I'll have a look at that, but hey, it's not. I don't think it's going to make any difference to the score. But, right, number 9 then. We're almost finished. How many teams are in the World Cup?
PS4 Master Race.
Come on, this time, Bannon. Come on.
64.
Yes, he's got one. And would you believe it? Question 9 was worth 10 points.
Look at that. Crushed it.
Shot's like, whoa.
Right, my natural one turner came out there.
There you go. Right, okay. Right, the question 10. This is a 5-part question if you're not very clever. It's who am I? So I'm going to give you first part, and you both can have a chance to guess. If you get it wrong, I'll go on to the second clue and to the third clue and vice versa. So, first clue is this. Like Bernie, I have taken Praetorians to the playoffs in the Sea Ladder. We're looking for the name of the coach, and he's a PS4 coach. Anybody want to have a guess?
I'm going to go with...
Press that buzzer. Press that buzzer.
PS4 Master Race.
Duran? You are wrong. I don't think he's ever took Praetorians to the playoffs, but nice effort. Chod, do you want to have a guess? Or do you just want to just pick a coach out? Your dice are already hot. You might as well get lucky again.
Who took Brents?
It could be from season 1 all the way up to I'm not saying it was last season. I'm just saying it could be any season. So.
Just a wild guess, Fanfox.
I don't think he took him out, but no. Clue number 2. I am a Spanish coach and I represent UC.
Oh, I'll be back.
Yep.
Maybe Flynn Sorrow?
You are correct. Yes, you are correct. Flynn Sorrow. He took the Paternians last season. Unfortunately, they went out first round. But yeah, there we go. So there we go. So that is that. I think it's fair to say Shod won. I don't know by how many.
It was
close. I thought it was close. I thought you got the hardest question right. You know, the more important one. 64 teams in the World Cup. But yeah, well done, guys. Very well done. Always a bit of fun, that. And there we go. Right, the last part of the show then, because we're almost done, is something what, for some bizarre reason, a lot of people have been arguing about. So I thought, hey, let's throw it to the crowd. Which stunter race is the best? Ogres, halflings, or goblins? I'm going to go to you, Bonnen. Which is the best? Which is the worst? And why?
So I like ogres. I think if I have a tournament with those 3 teams in it, I think I would think that an ogre team should win it. You have big guys with mighty blow.
Yep.
That are more reliable than all of the secret weapons of goblins that will fall apart at the end of the game, and flings will get killed every single time an ogre lays down a hit. So I think ogres are the way to go.
Which team out of the 3 do you think's the worst?
The worst? Well, from my own personal experience, I always have trouble playing as goblins.
Goblins, okay.
Because of my own personal experience, I would rather take an ogre team or a fling team into a match than a goblin team.
Right, okay. And what about you, Shod?
Yeah, I'm with Abanan. The worst are the goblins. They are the most fun of all the 3 because of all the secret weapons. But if they don't get the first offense, they are basically screwed.
Yeah.
And also they are very dicey with all those secret weapons, so you're always reliant on good dice. And
it's interesting.
That's also the same for ogres, because if you have all these 6 guys, all the 6 big guys, and if I had turns with ogres where 5 of 6 went bonehead, and basically you have no defense and no offense afterwards, and the snots are easily killed.
Yeah. I think, I mean,
so.
Sorry, I'm just saying, in chat, everyone's saying goblins are the best. So you two are saying they're the worst. And they're like, hey man, that's wrong, man! Goblins are the best!
They are the most fun.
Goblins are the most fun,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think one of my greatest feats in Blood Bowl happened with me playing goblins. It was me and Fant Fox in Rando League.
Yeah.
Goblin mirror match. On my drive, at the end of my half, I'm down 2-0. And I'm just like, what the hell? So then turn 9 and turn 10, I got back-to-back one-turn touchdowns as defense against Fant Fox, and ended up drawing the match 2-2.
Yeah, I mean, I love goblins. I think they're fun. Ogres, I get why people would go ogres, because obviously if you get them, you see, when I was thinking that, I thought if I was going to pick one of them 3, I'd go with ogres, like you two said, but then obviously your snotlings don't give the tackle zones as well. I mean, obviously you still have to make a dodge, but there's no manuses in there. So I think the worst team to protect the ball.
Ogres work. They are cool because they can remove pieces and fall afterwards. So if you get the man advantage with ogres, they are fun to play. But you also have all that bonehead on the team, and the snots are really basically just non-existent.
And against other stunty teams, because the way I was looking at it was ogre versus goblin versus flings. Against other stunty teams, that titchy is actually not a nega trait, because stunty already gives them the same effect.
Yeah, so they get the +1, so they can dodge all players on a 2+.
Yeah.
What's brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously the break very easy. I mean, they're very cheap. You can foul and you can do all sorts with them. I just think with ogres, if you roll a few boneheads, you're in serious trouble because it's really hard to keep the cage safe.
But ones with a goblin team can mean your secret weapon just blew himself up.
Yeah, it's a bit more safer though, isn't it? Because obviously you can re-roll the chainsaw, and obviously the goblin chainsaw is the best one in the game in my opinion, because obviously he doesn't have loner. And obviously the fanatic. I don't know. It's hard for me because I like goblins and I've done quite well with goblins before, and I've seen Mojo Nova do amazing with goblins in the Sea Ladder. If I had to pick one out of the three, I probably would go with goblins. I think I would go with the streamers. I think I think there's you could do well with all three, but I think what we can all agree on, you need a bit of luck with whichever team of them three you pick. I just think when you pick one of them teams, you're picking them for fun. The frustrating thing with them teams is when you think you're going to win and then you don't. Because you expect not to win all of a sudden. God damn it, I almost won! And, they do something silly. But
every win you get is a great feeling with them, but you should never expect to win against anything. But I believe the best of the three are the halflings, in my opinion, because you can have a game plan and you can play sensibly with them, because there are no boneheads, there are no secret weapons that are unreliable, and you can play a game with them. And you also have the one turning ability with the 2 trees. They throw on a 2+, and if the landing sticks, you can have something reliable. And they have a lot of fall follow, so they are really great against vampires or chaos or Nurgle at the start. So they are quite some fun.
I mean, like they said, halflings, and obviously they got the chef as well, so it was good, and they got a few decent star players. Wolfpack, very impressive record there.
The chef can really cut someone's legs out from under them before the game even starts.
Especially if it's like low TV as well. When obviously there's not much tackle and block and all that. The halflings are a nightmare to play against. So like I said, I think a few people might have even gone with them in the World Cup if there was allowed inducement. Soon as this time around said no inducements allowed, that just cut all 3 tier teams completely. Obviously, the I think a halfling team got to the semi-final of one of the PC seasons in the Sea Ladder and was unlucky not to make the final. So it can be done with a very good coach. So but at the end of the day, I think that them 3 are there for fun. Personally, I think goblins are the best because they're fun. So hey, there you go. So that's that. People asking about the Nuffle Shuffle show on the PC. It will be back. Obviously, I did a really good show with VG Purist and MS Flush, what was hilarious. We was talking about an undead blitzer on Viagra. That was hilarious. Really good advertisement from VG, that was. Unfortunately, my PC blew up, so I'm using my son's at the moment. But thanks to me winning the Season 15 Championship, woohoo! I will have enough money to buy myself a decent PC. But the way they pay out, I probably won't get it till August. So the Nuffle Shuffle will be back on the PC in August. So I will be trying to get loads of people like Wolfpack to come on the show. And we'll talk about it, and we'll celebrate the PC as well. Xbox, I've said to Xbox as well. Same as said to PS4. If I can get the announcers to come on with me, I will do the shows every 2 weeks like I always do. If not, then I won't. People do not want to listen to me for an hour and a half. They want to listen to you guys, not me. I'll bother the hell out of them. But yeah, that's us done. Good luck to everybody in the... You was the guy who won the final invitation. Yeah, I did. Yes, Buntrainer. Thanks for the follow. Yes. Is there a question there? Please don't be nasty to me. That Wolfpack was nasty to me. But yeah, I did. Yes.
Yes. Bernie is the coach. So what we have here with us, I am kind of I've done nothing. But Shad,
don't say that.
But Shad won Champions Ladder Season 14 on PlayStation 4 and won a World Cup ticket there. Bernie won the Champions Ladder Season 15 on PS4 and also won the Invitational.
Yeah. So not bad. I've done too bad. But Trader, yeah, I've got a YouTube channel. I've got rosters, tactics and rosters on every single race, including humans. But I will stress to you, I've never played humans in the CCL or anything until the Invitational. So technically, I'm 100% win rate with humans at the moment. It won't last, but hey, we'll humble brag it as we can. But yeah, I mean, my YouTube channel, Benny Booth on YouTube channel, I've got all the breakdown of all the rosters, just my view and tactics and that. Are you a PC coach or a console coach? If you're a PS4 coach, then or an Xbox coach, just message me. And like I said to everybody, my door's always open. There is obviously better coaches than me out there, but if anyone ever needs any help, as I said to the PS4 crew, please feel free to just drop me a message and I'll get back to you and help you as best I can. But yeah,
my advice is watch all the streams that you can on Trader. Yeah. That's where I learned most of what I
also want to add, Abonan is not a no one. He's a streamer in the perfect nighttime for me, always to go to sleep.
Go to sleep. Yeah, that's not really helping him, is it? Hey man, he's a good streamer. It makes me go to sleep. No, that's a backhanded compliment if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, he just streams at the times where I normally go to sleep because I'm a night owl, and he streams in my morning times mostly.
And I'll tend to fall asleep on stream time to time too.
Yeah.
I mean,
I saw 1 or 2 times there.
But yeah, like I said, you can always crash my stream. I do a lot of streaming anyway, so if you ever crash into any of my streams and want to ask me stuff, then that's fine as well. But Trade, I'm always welcome to help anybody out there. But yeah, so thanks again to Nuffle Shuffle. It's always a good show. We always have a good laugh, and we've gone through a few topics there. The World Cup starts soon. It's going to be fantastic. No pun there for Jimmy. But yeah, it's going to be great. I just can't wait. I hope the consoles do well. We know the PC guys can play, but it'd be nice if a few of the console players get far in it. I mean, we've got our boy Arzo away in Xbox. We've got their boy Drick. You know, we've got our Dice King Shod with us, who basically sounds like Alan Schwarzenegger to me. So he's our best coach ever.
Yeah, Arnold.
Yeah, Arnie, who plays in Rocky. No, he doesn't. Shot. He does now. But
your buzzer for any future Nuffle Shuffles is get to the chopper.
Get to the chopper.
Get to the chopper. Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. We got it.
It's too late, Abanan.
We'll get him on again. We'll get him on again just for that. We'll get him on just for that. But yeah. Anyway. We could go on for hours, but we'd bore people to tears. But really appreciate having Abonan and Arnie himself on. Thanks to people in the chat like Wolf who's been on there talk to us, and obviously Gimlick and everybody else. And Wolfback did say that on the tabletop he's called Head Splitter is the big rat. But obviously PS4, they're too cool for school. They called him Big Rat instead. So he was right in a sort of way. So yeah, we'll be back hopefully in 2 weeks with another show. And obviously we'll have other announcers on with me. Just remember the World Cup show will be on Monday or Tuesday. We'll have the World Cup champion Guinness with us. Also Duran, who's a big PS4 streamer. Try and get an Xbox guy on there, but I think the PC guys have scared them off. We'll blame the PC guys. We won't blame me. That sounds good. So thanks again, guys. If you haven't pressed the follow button, please do. Like I said, I do have a YouTube channel. It's got loads of stuff on there. Playoff games, finals, sea ladder games, tactics rosters, and loads of Nuffle Shuffle, Blow in the Box shows, even the Nuffle Shuffle PC show we've done already with EG. That is a really good one, that one, just for the advert. And that's us done. Thanks again. Take care, and we'll see you on the next show. Bye-bye, guys. Thanks for watching.